Hello, my sisters. It's time to crack down with Defector a Demon Hunter. The idea behind this one is something that I've been brewing up for quite a long time, using Azsharan Defector to OTK our opponent with a bunch of additional copies. We didn't have really any easy access to get additional copies of this card before the set, but now we have a Ravenous Kraken as a way to get additional copies, and we also have a Lor'themar in order to buff up all those additional copies, and using the Relic package, we can discount them all to 0 by using a Relic of Dimensions with Relic of Vault to finish off our opponents. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck, the first thing you're going to be looking for is the Relic package. This will be anything like Relic Vault or Relic of Extinction. Speaking of Relic of Extinction, you're also going to be looking for early game removal tools, and then finally early game minions such as Nerubian Visor. With that all being said, let's look at some games. Hey, time for a game against Priest. Let's see what they have in store for us. The nice thing about this matchup is probably is going to be a longer one, which also means we'll probably be actually able to pull off our combo. At least I hope it will be. All right, let's get rid of Silver Moon and Dimensions. We don't need the draw yet, and Silver Moon is probably not going to be that useful against Priest. Get rid of one Silver Moon and grab the other out of the deck, because why wouldn't we? I guess we just hero power. Go face. Okay, there's Crimson Clergy. I guess we can instantly get over it. Let's grab Unleash Fel since we do have that Silver Moon. Let's just slam down Relic Vault. Go face. Fizzle might actually not be bad here. Let's just go face. Yeah, I think Fizzle wouldn't be a bad option here. Getting an additional Silver Moon and Unleash Fel is actually pretty good together. The only questionable card is Projectionist, but I guess they're going to just drag our Nerubian out of hand. I mean, I'd rather them grab that out of our hand instead of the Silver Moon. Out of all the minions who actually live through our hand, that's actually a pretty good option. Gotta hope they don't have a way to copy that dirty rat that's left up on the board. Also, probably shouldn't attack there because they're just going to heal and get rid of our minion. Without Fan Club. I'm not a fan of Fan Club when it's played against me. Ooh. I don't think that's worth it yet, but that's actually not bad. Then again, they aren't really a combo deck, so we don't really care about delaying something, but in theory, we could get a bunch of big minions out on the board and then prevent them from using something like Whirlpool. We actually also don't really mind if they Whirlpool us, just because the majority of our minions that we are going to be putting down are probably things that we want to be destroyed anyways. And 90% of the minions in this deck, or the way that you end up winning a lot of the time, is just through Phantom, and that's just random generation. Whirlpool's not going to do anything about that. They're buffing everything up, going face. I think we probably we most definitely probably do Silver Moon next turn. We Silver Moon into Unleash Fel, that'll heal us for a bunch. We also do, perfect. Good old Dirty Rat pulling out School Teacher. I mean, they have missed so hard this game with those Dirty Rats. And if we only had a little bit of extra mana, a little bit of a shame here. Alright, let's get this. Relation Aura could be good for later. I'm assuming they're just playing a bunch of Dirty Rats, then maybe like Almond Fool. And maybe one other minion. I know that Control Priest doesn't run too many minions anymore. I want to do something with Magatha, I just haven't thought of anything recently with her. Who knows, maybe that'll be next video. Probably not, I'm not going to promise anything like that. Okay, there's our Defector number 2. Alright, so we can clear out the board again if we really feel like it. I don't think we need to yet. I kind of almost want to put down Prosecutor. In AoE like this. Use the 1 cost Nerubian. Actually, we could use the 3 cost and then keep the 1 cost for later. Come on, hit something cool. I mean, okay, so that isn't actually a bad option. It doesn't do anything this turn, but it isn't a bad option for later. Going for Immolation Aura again. Because once we do empty out our hand, this deck does have a little bit of an issue drawing the majority of their deck. That's the other reason why I almost wanted to cut out Celestial Projector completely from the list and replace it with some additional draw. Because they got Zymox, but at least they haven't got any other relics, so this means that's not going to scale too high. And this also means we can use a Nerubian next turn for a discount, which is always great. Unleash Fel number 3 is funny. I don't think it's necessary, but it's funny. Gobble that one up. See what we can grab. Mark of Scorn or Sunwell. I also just realized we probably made a little bit of a mistake by leaving everything alive, but I also don't expect them to be able to, yeah, to kill us through how much HP we have. Creation Protocol. Oh, they chose that really, really fast. Okay, what could have they grabbed there? Also, their hand was full, so they only got one copy of it. I'm going to assume Ignis. It's actually really amazing how Ignis can be searched by a card that you will probably always forge, and you always will probably want additional copies of. All right, so let's let's get rid of this board, shall we? We can randomly generate anything cool. Let's get rid of that. I think we're going to Plague Strike and then attack into 4-1 there. Okay, this is a little bit of a waste of a Relic Vault, and we really shouldn't do it, but it's funny, so I kind of wanna. Then we'll just put down a secret and then Vast Wisdom into Relic of Phantasm. Oh, I should have went for Feast of Chaos. I really don't know why I went for Feast of Souls. I really can't tell you why I went for it. That, probably the biggest misplay in this game. Oh man, the one time that cleave effect actually matters. I swear, every time I choose it, it never matters for me. But of course, when I guess there was no real playing around it. Who would have known they would have chosen that? Emergency maneuver. I think honestly all three of these options are really, really bad, and it doesn't really matter what we revive. We were kind of hoping for something like Big to be revived here, but I know that can't always happen. Let's get a wide board and hopefully this will stick. And then we probably should have actually get rid of the 2-1, but it is what it is. Hopefully this also means they don't have something like Whirlpool. They'll probably be able to attack into 3 of our minions, which is fine. We don't have really much choice of setting it up correctly here, but or they could just Whirlpool if they top decked it. Emergency on the 4-4. I mean, not technically what we want to see. Oh, going for Creation Protocol number 2. They're actually thinking about this one, so I'm assuming it's probably between something like Aman'Thul and an Art Ignis. Had to be Astalor. Let's get an additional copy of her. It seemed like it did some damage last turn. Also will prevent them from scaling Astalor for at least a turn. I guess we also can draw some cards here too. Argus is actually pretty good, so is Artificer. Oh, Unleash Fel.
Can't hold more cards.
Alright, let's just get rid of their board. I don't want to deal with it. Well, I mean, I guess they don't want us to copy an R1. I guess they also expect us to run 2 Projectionists, but little do they know, I cut one just for Prosecutor. I was worried about it bringing up the curve a little bit, but it ended up not mattering at all. But discounting Zymox could, in theory, be good. Let's just flood the board a little bit. Ooh. I mean, I don't like doing what we just did, but it is what it is. Just gonna slam that down just to not have a full hand. I know my luck when it comes to drawing cards, and I don't want to risk it. They're going to have a bunch of Astolors in hand and not much else. Phantasm. Now, do you want to duplicate that or Extinction? I almost want to keep Extinction for later. Let's just do this. I'm assuming... Actually, we'll burn something next turn unless... Hey, Lor'themar. Let's... Hey, we're actually going to get really, really close to this combo. Because the remaining 2 cards... 3 cards, I should say. All be Sunken Defender. As long as they don't heal for too much, we should still be fine, right? Okay, there's Astolor. Or I should say Astolor number 1. How do we do this? They are at 34 HP. So close to lethal. And we're just not going to have it. Oh, no. So close to greatness. Oh, at least we cleared out their board. I really wish Kraken had a little bit less HP, so it would be easier for us to, like, crack in here and then do additional damage. But we might want to see if we can gain any attack instead. Tough Crowd actually isn't bad, because we can bounce one of these back. Wait, we're 1 mana off. Then we can gobble one up just to be safe. See, that's why you gobble one up. Okay, so we still have 5 damage on board. We have 2 damage. Well, technically we have 8 damage on board if they have another weapon. No. 13. Come on, give us something good. And use this. Also probably should have doubled up on the Relic Vault, just because if they do have a Whirlpool, we'll still be fine. Come on, just don't clear our board. Okay, Handmaiden, that doesn't do it. Just don't draw into Light Bomb. I don't know if Priest is running Light Bomb still, but you never know. Serenity doesn't do it either. Come on, 3 more mana to go through. Hey! Okay, a game against Demon Hunter is probably going to be a better version of this deck. AKA something abusing relics also, but you never know. This opener doesn't look the worst. I think I'm going to want to keep everything except for the school teacher. Illidori studies. We're probably not going to use them both on the same turn, but you never know. Let's just go face. We don't have enough mana without coining something out, and I don't want to coin anything out this early on. Zymox isn't the worst in the world. Oh, Spectral Sight is really, really tempting. Let's actually do it. Now, there were a few things that I almost wanted to consider cutting out of the deck. Celestial Projectionist is one of them. I think I ended up cutting it down to 1 copy later on. Okay, so they are Relic Demon Hunter. I mean, they could still be Spell Demon Hunter too, but most likely they're going to be Relic. It just felt like a dead draw, and it also let us run Prosecutor Maldraxxus as a way to delay a OTK turn out of our opponent when we're getting really, really close to our own OTK. I'm going to get rid of one of these minions. Oh man, we did turn on that Nerubian Visor, which is not the best for us. If only we had Undead Minion die here, am I right? Can slam this into that, and then they'll have to either take 1 or 5 face damage for 1 damage, or maybe they'll have some type of AoE removal tool, or maybe they'll even waste a Relic of Extinction on us. Oh, or they're just going to put down Jotun. And they're going to take the 5 damage anyways. Okay, let's go. There's our Unleash Fell. Let's just slam this down. We probably should have... Oh, Sunwell probably was the better option, just because we haven't had any relics. We're going to probably coin out. Yeah, Extinction. I mean, that's not technically what I really, really want to do, but it is what it is. And I guess it did pay off for us not to use the 3 cost instead of the 2 cost. Ah, I forgot that card even existed. There's so many different little engines in Demon Hunter. That would be really cool to make like a deck centered around them, but sadly they all feel like they're 1 or 2 cards off except for the Relic deck. Which is weird because relics have just consistently gotten better, if that makes any sense. Probably should have also not slammed down the second Azsharan Defector yet. We really kind of need to keep him alive for later, but I guess we're probably only going to be able to have 2 of our charged minions at the bottom of the deck, which is not something I want to deal with, but hindsight is 2020. You know, at least we do have Unleash Fel here. Feature could be cool, but Nerubian Visor is probably better. Never mind, it's not going to give us anything we need. I guess that does, in theory, have... Oh, here's a way to get rid of the entire board. Then if we really want to, we can get rid of this minion. Yeah, might as well. There is an argument to be made to keep it alive, but I don't really think we need to, per se. I hate how the Jotun animation shows you the wrong number if it targets like a relic or something as your top deck. That's actually a card I ended up cutting out of this deck. It just didn't feel consistent enough. We have so many minions that just doesn't feel consistent. I mean, the idea is to get the relics up even higher, but I don't think it was necessary for this deck. Actually, this game might be one of the games where I still had it in the list. I can't remember. I kind of wish those last 2 were in the opposite order, but I can't do anything about it. Let's grab Runic Atonement. Their Relic of Dimensions, drawing 2 cards, discounting them all. Of course, they have a way to instantly deal with our entire board, because why wouldn't they? Oh, it's cool if we can get a relic quick enough. Now, Weight of the World, we can forge it down. This is a huge misplay. I meant to slam down the Celestial Projectionist, and I missed my opportunity. Let's try to maximize the amount of cards we're going to draw. Hey, we did... Don't mind if I do. Oh, right. We did shuffle cards into our deck, so the sunken Defenders are not actually going to be at the bottom. I did not think that went through. Oh, that could be bad. Alright, what do we want to do here? We probably have quite a few different options that we could do. We can draw 2, I guess. See what... Oh. Oh! Now that is a nice draw. This is kind of pointless either way. Oh, I guess we can see what we can get from this and hope we get something good. Come on, a relic or something? Oh, Phantom. I'll take a Phantom. Do Extinction, get rid of their board. Then we can just go face. Nice thing is, we're actually scaling really quickly. Oh, gets rid of our board. Then we have to deal with the Astrolor. Okay, how do we deal with the Astrolor with this hand? Do we want to do this? I don't think we want to do that, to be honest. Let's play a little bit risky. Go for Azsharan Studies. Come on. 1 time. I-Beam. That's exactly what we needed to see. That'll do 3 there, and then another 5, and then we just go face. I mean, as long as they don't get rid of the Defector, we're good. Oh. Never mind. I guess what I was going to say is no longer true. Okay. The good news is we do have the Relic of Extinction in hand to get rid of their entire board. As long as they don't play something else down. I mean, we can still get rid of that this turn. How do we want to deal with this board? Weight of the World, we're going to draw some cards. Please don't draw into this second sunken. Oh, fun. Do 1 damage to everything, and then get rid of the entire board, and hope this doesn't backfire in any way. Slam down all Lor'themar, because why not? Then we can draw a few cards. Hey, there's one of our Phantom that we're just going to get for free. Argus too, that's pretty nice. And I'll take some more free draw. Can we get 11/11s? Don't mind if I do. And the funny, too bad that isn't discounted, but that's still fine. We can slam down Fizzle, get rid of the 10/1. Go with through the fire and flames, or fell in flames. So, mathematically, do we actually have it in our hand is the question. Because we have, what, 10 damage? Then we can bounce it back, get essentially 15 for charge. Oh, they possibly, it can't possibly have enough to get rid of our entire board, can they? Please? I mean, they need 8 damage. How doable is 8 damage for them? Okay, there's 4. Oh, extinction. How... Perfect. And now they're going to be able to double up on a Phantom, because why not? Okay, how do we deal with this? We have Fizzle again. I think we slam down Argus. Yeah. We kind of wanted those on the opposite side of him. But we can get rid of the 14/14 with our own 14/14. Heal up for a bunch. And then get rid of the Silver Moon. So all we really need... Okay. So we need to do 30 damage next turn. The nice thing is... That is not something I want to see. Of course, they actually hit it. Targeted removal. Okay, so... You know, I don't know what the odds of that happening are, but it had to be super, super small. Alright, how do we do this? That's 10 damage. Let's... Wait! We actually have it. Bye-bye. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, this is probably the best way you're going to ever be able to use Azsharan Defector, unless we get some direct support for this card, which I very much doubt. This deck is actually shockingly consistent, however, that might just be because of the fact that we are abusing the Relic package. Most of the games will be won through that Relic package instead of the main win condition, but when you do pull off the main win condition, it is so funny and no one is ever going to expect it. So if you're looking for something a little bit more wacky, this is the perfect deck for you. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.